And ears inside the dome. Nick Luttrell was there for us inside the Loud House. Nick, it's always a big deal here in Syracuse when Clemson comes to town. It's like Duke when they come to town for basketball. Now, we heard athletics director John Wildtack earlier this week saying that this would be the biggest attendance at the dome this season. Did the crowd today live up to those expectations?
Look, Peter, the atmosphere in the dome, I'll give you a little positive and a little bit of a negative as well. The positive, this place was rocking. It was super loud. The fans affected this game in a big way, even though Syracuse, didn't do so well. The fans who were here affected the game very well. But the negative, this is a dome that fits close to 50,000, and there was maybe 40,000 in here. It wasn't that impressive from Syracuse Nation showing up when the football team really needed them to show up. And another thing with that, the athletics department had to market for tickets to be sold to this game. That's never happened with the Syracuse-Clemson game before. This game alone should get enough fans to come to this game and be absolutely packed out, sold out crowd. Now that could have been the case if Clemson would have got the win over Florida State a week ago. They would have been a top 25 team coming into the dome, but that didn't happen. And there was 40,000 probably-ish people here, and it was still rocking, but I can't help but think, what if there was an extra 10,000? Could they have made that extra impact on the game for Syracuse to get the win? I guess we'll never know.
Hey, Nick, first off, sorry about your Razorbacks, but also tough to see SU drop its first game of the season after starting with a perfect non-conference slate. But this is only the first test for SU. They play North Carolina, FSU, and Virginia Tech coming up. So my question to you is this the start of the end for this Syracuse team?
No, this season is definitely not over for Syracuse football. There's still a lot of football left to be played. This team travels on the road to UNC next weekend, and then Florida State the week after that. And I know that's a tough conference schedule they have coming up, but we've yet to see really how truly good this Syracuse team is. Now, I know today we saw that they're maybe a little below average as they are right now, but I still think there's so much football left to be played. This team can still show that they are what we think they are. They are an 8-win team, a 9-win team. I still think it's possible they go to those road games and they possibly get the upset, because today was, I think, a rare mistakes for Syracuse. And I just think they could pick it up and get better going forward.
Nick, we've seen countless penalties from this SU team time and time again. No matter what week you see, this happens a lot. Dino Babers has talked about fixing it all the time, but he can't really do so. Why can't Dino get a hold of his team?
Well, Hudson, I know you're not going to love this answer, but I can't bash on Dino Babers too much. Yes, he got outcoached by Dabo Swinney. That was apparent. But hey, this football team didn't play to how they should have today. It was definitely a problem, and I think you can't blame this on coaching, is what I'm trying to say. The week leading up, players said, the coaches said, preparation was great, execution was not. So I think you gotta blame it on the players a little bit.
All right, thank you so much, Nick Luttrell, joining us from the Dome. Trenchant insights, as always, and we'll build off of what you said coming up later on in the show. But we're up against our first break here on Orange Press Pass, but stay tuned. We've got plenty more to discuss about this performance, a 31-14 loss for Syracuse.